Hi everyone. So I wanted to make this quick video because I have somewhat of an urgent request. As many of you know, I have been working as a filmmaker and a curator at the United Nations since about 2003, 2004. And I've loved all the work that I've done, producing films, telling stories, doing workshops, and also bringing in a variety of different conscious artists, poets, musicians, beatboxers, youth artists, BIPOC artists into the United Nations space. And it's been somewhat of a struggle, but I feel that artists generally have a place in this policy and program space. So the pendulum has actually swung to the other side, where now arts and creativity and culture is becoming sort of a popular theme, somewhat of a trendy theme at the UN, which is exciting. It's historic, but it's being led by policy and program people who don't really have an understanding of our sort of work culture, our language, how we survive in the world, our industry standards. And so policies have been and initiatives have been created that really don't speak to or support working class artists. And so I've been speaking out about it. I've done a TEDx talk recently about it, but on May 21st, the United Nations is hosting a very high-level gathering on culture and development. And it's a space where they're going to talk about their numerous initiatives, the UN International Year of Creative Economy, their plans, I hope, for the future. And they're soliciting the voices of artists, not by actually having them have a seat at the table to talk about and prepare this high-level event, but through a social media campaign called Voices for Culture. And they've also solicited official remarks from folks. I'm assuming they're looking for people who are gonna sort of do I'm an artist and arts and creativity is important, but nobody's really challenging sort of the systems and the culture of artists not having representation at the UN. So I'm putting out this video as a call for help. I think some of you may not understand or have interest in working for the United Nations, and I get it, but many people maybe don't realize that what happens at the United Nations comes down and filters into national policies, local policies. It affects funding, it affects intellectual property rights. And so if you have concerns about how your local government, national government, or the UN is engaging artists, I'm asking you to please help me raise a voice and explain that we need to have a seat at the table, because policies made without us don't support us in the ways that we need. We have an interesting culture, we have an interesting sector. As I mentioned, our industry standards are so very different. We need to be compensated. We need to have our intellectual property rights respected. And none of this is going to happen if people who don't live and work and survive like we do are making the policies for us. So I'm going to, in the next few days, be posting various social media things, really pushing that we need representation at leadership levels of the United Nations. And I'm encouraging you, if you are somebody who feels strongly enough, passionate enough about this, to join me by making your own social media post if you want, or helping me reshare the things that I'm going to put out. May 17th is the big day. They're asking for videos to be submitted, for social media posts to be sent, but I'm following the hashtag already, and there's just no engagement. So I welcome, and I really, if there was ever a time that I'm going to ask for your help in terms of trying to really push the responsible engagement of artists at the United Nations, it's in anticipation of this high-level event on May 21st. So again, if you can support me, I would be incredibly grateful. Whether you're an artist or an ally or somebody just believes in the power of art at the United Nations, I really welcome your input and your help. So thank you very much, and have a beautiful day. Thanks.